Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This session is about protecting yourself against those who do witchcraft, wizards, warlocks, witches. Now, I grew up in the South where there was most wicked things. I came to Washington and there was a different type of wickedness. Their wickedness included sacrifices, things like that. So the South was totally different. I'm not going to even address that issue right now because some of you that's watching may not have a relationship with God strong enough to protect yourself. But I'm going to tell you how in a minute if you keep listening. In my experiences, I had experienced while living in Washington that some men use witchcraft when they want to put spells on women when the woman won't fall in love with them. They also can put things in your food. Like if you do weed, things in your weed, things in your food, if they live with you, if your situation becomes bad or out of control and they don't want you to leave, and I'm going to help you. This is how you know. If in your mind you think you're in love and in your emotions you're not, it's witchcraft. They're using witchcraft on you. Now, this is very important. And life is serious, you guys. When I was 24, I didn't think so. But in my hurts, in my heartaches, in my pains, I learned the serious business. And the time that you lose, you can't get back. Never, ever, ever again. So I came on here to start a session to help people to get delivered. You can be in church. You can be in a Church of God in Christ. You can be in a Baptist church. You can be Lutheran. It doesn't matter what race you are. We're talking about people who seek revenge using voodoo and witchcraft and all types of black magic and black art. I'm going to tell you in a minute what you shouldn't buy. If you go to a thrift store, if you go to a estate sale, or a used item sale, and why. And I'm going to tell you what happened to me to bring this story to you. I'm going to show you something, and I want you to look very careful at it. I'll be right back. Now, you see this doll right here? This doll is beautiful, right? It looks like Marie Osmond, so I was told. But this is a glass porcelain doll. And I used to collect them. And I'm going to tell you why I stopped collecting them. Because one day, a minister told me, he said, "You see those dolls up there?" And I said, "Yes, what about them?" He said, "Witches use those dolls and they become haunted and they put spells on them and demons watch you and they get in your house and you'll need somebody to pray them out. Sometimes those demons are called poltergeists, even omens. If you go to Mr. Pastor 77 on YouTube, he'll tell you about haunted dolls and how they put spells on dolls so they can watch you. I collected the dolls as a hobby, so I didn't know any better. So I had to throw these dolls out. I no longer buy these kind of dolls. Neither do I keep them in my house. There was a very, very large mannequin doll at the thrift store on Halloween. It was totally demonic. You guys don't have any idea what they can do with those dolls. But I am going to teach you something if you're not afraid to listen. Now this doll, I don't keep in my house anymore. I don't keep nowhere near my personal belongings. And I have 25 of them. I keep them away from me in the trunk of my car. I'm going to dispose of all of them now that I know. Porcelain is glass. So people do things to porcelain dolls you wouldn't even imagine. You guys have no idea. No idea. Okay? Spirits can sit and watch you just like people can. And that's why people use witchcraft, voodoo, black magic, voodoo rituals to try to harm people. What I never understood is why poor people used it on each other. Like the black church, for instance. They'll say they're Church of God in Christ, but yet they'll go home and practice witchcraft and voodoo. I never understood that. So are they saying that this is stronger? No, it's not. God created the devil. God told the devil what to do. God is in control. These things have to go to God first. They don't listen to what you say because you practice witchcraft or voodoo or sorcery. They have to go to God and ask about someone who belongs to God before they can do anything. I'm going to tell you guys, protect yourself with prayer. Get your own relationship and know who you bring into your house and into your life. The reason why I'm making this video, because someone just keeps doing it. So I had to learn how to protect myself. So I'm learning what not to bring in my house. And I'm examining people, their thoughts. Because when people are angry, black people, especially poor people, and they go to church a lot, they do witchcraft. Because they get mad, they get jealous, they get anger, and they cannot control their wrath. So they'll say, oh, I'm going to put a spell on this person. You know, it happened to me so much, you guys. I didn't have no other choice but to learn how to pray so I could protect myself from crazy people like that. I say they are crazy because they live in a fantasy world of thinking that they're going to harm you with these things. You must not allow them to. Okay? Even if they're not in church. Because one thing I know, out of all the ignorance, African American people, they learn how to do witchcraft, and white people also. They know how to do that good, and they have a relationship about that more than they learn about God. My thing was God, because I've never done drugs. I have never put a cigarette to my mouth, and I never will, and I never sleep with another woman. I really do love God. I am not playing. My life is serious. Okay? Now, there's other things that you shouldn't buy and bring to your house that are considered idols. But I'm telling you about the glass porcelain doll or any kind of big ugly mannequin that you want to bring in your house. Think about it. Okay? Because witches and warlocks and wizards, they can watch you through these dolls. They become haunted. And you'll need a preacher to come and pray them out. Like the guy, Mr. Pastor 77 on YouTube. Everything that I just told you guys, he'll help you. He'll pray off of you. He'll help you get delivered from. Because Church of God in Christ and the Baptist Church, they're not doing it. They're only preaching prosperity. You can get rich. Things like that. They're not teaching you how to protect yourself from witches and wizards and warlocks. They don't teach that. They'll tell you, say Satan the Lord rebuke you, or I'm covered with the blood. But you got to do more than that. You got to learn how to pray and the right words to say so you can loose yourself from the devil, because this is serious business. Okay. I'll be right back, and I'm going to show you something. One of my other dolls. Thank you for listening, okay? I appreciate it. This right here is another doll I had. And as you can see, they're very pretty. And You know, they're very pretty and innocent looking. See, the doll itself is pretty, but I don't keep them in my house anymore. You would never think that people would be that wicked, but they are. So you have to watch what you collect. You have to watch what you buy. You have to watch what you put on your body, even types of tattoos. Because if you put the wrong tattoo on your body, you're going to make yourself a target for the devil. I'll be back. If you always have things going wrong in your life, you need some prayer. I mean, serious. And if you repeat a cycle, then it's someone doing witchcraft, voodoo, or voodoo rituals. I had to experience it. I had to experience the hurt to learn how to protect myself because I love God so much. I'm not interested in the things of the devil. I'm not interested in witchcraft. I never have been. Those things don't interest me. I don't play the witchcraft game. I don't play the love spell game. I don't do those things. I never have. So I learned mostly black people, they're poor. They want a power and a fantasy that they want to create. So they practice witchcraft. And they try to put spells on people, hexes, voodoos, burn candles, and so on and so forth. Now, you're probably wondering how I know. How do I know? Because I had to be prayed for. And the minister that prayed for me and other people around that was around me, taught me what was happening, what was going on, because I myself didn't know. I didn't know. And I'll tell you more about it. It's too long of a story, but it's the truth. I really do love God, you guys. I would not trade God for anything. I never understood why poor black people or poor white people want to do witchcraft. It doesn't make you rich. What's the purpose of it? They don't gain anything. In their own false utopia of a fantasy that they've created, that they can control the power of the devil, they think that it's something good, but it's not. No one but God controls the devil. Those things have to go before God, before anything, because they don't have the power. They may be stronger than us humans and do things in your mind, but they still have to answer to God. You guys, I've known people that practice those things. They lived a terrible life because they would not worship God. This is serious business. What you do with your life is your business, because you have a right to choose. You have a right to your own opinions. And I don't argue with that. But I'm just telling you, you better protect yourself because the devil is not playing. You better learn, or you better find someone that can pray for you and your family so that they can live. If you find that people in your family are dying young, they need some serious prayer. If you find that things are always going wrong, it's been like that for 20 years, they need some serious prayer. I know, because there was someone following me doing that. And every now and then, he would make himself known that he was a warlock or whatever. I don't care, because I love God too much. But I'm here to teach you guys, protect yourself. And then I knew a girl that she played with witchcraft, and she knew all about that. And her and her friends, they bragged about that. But her life was bad. Her life was bad when I met her, and her life is bad right now. And so what benefit is it to serve the devil and do witchcraft? What benefit is it? I mean, you tell me. If you look at the stars in Hollywood, they gain all of this wealth, they have mansions, and then they lose it all. And they sold, and then they end up broke. So who's the fool? God ain't no fool. The devil's always been a fool, and you're a fool if you practice witchcraft. You are. You're a fool if you sell your soul too. Because there ain't nobody like God, honey. There ain't nothing like God. And people say, well, why does God let this happen to me? God is not letting it happen to you. You can be a victim of circumstance, of your own consequences, or you could just be an innocent person at the wrong place at the wrong time. But don't blame God for it. I'll continue with part two in a minute, so stay with me. I love you. Thank you for visiting. And if you love God, pray for me, and I'll pray for you. And don't make a man out of Jesus Christ, because a man can't be God, okay? He can never be God. I'm here, you guys, because God sustained me. I've been through so much. I'm here to tell you a testimony of my life and how God has kept me, okay? I'll be back. Stay tuned.